Now broadcasting from the Next Gen Conservative Studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report with Sam Whitfield.
And good evening, folks, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Whitfield Report. I am your host, Sam Whitfield, broadcasting here live from NGC Studios here in South Florida, and I want to thank you so very much for joining me here on this Saturday night. We're flying solo this week, at least for the vast majority of the show, because Apex is on vacation this week. So I hope he's having a good time wherever he is. In the past, present, future. I know where he is, but I'm not going to reveal that top secret information, because, I'm trustworthy that way. But anyway, contact info as usual. You can follow me on Twitter at @SamDeburn_NDC, hashtag Whitfield Report. You can follow me on Twitter also at @SamDeburn_NDC. You can follow me on Gap Parlor and Minds at Sam Whitfield, Facebook.com/The Whitfield Report, TheSamWhitfield.com. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcast. Streamlabs.com/Whitfield Report if you'd like to donate. TTS. Get your comment read on air. And Patreon.com/Whitfield Report if you'd like to support monthly. As always, shout out to Bruce City Synth, Saucin, and Fat Cack Boy for their donations and their monthly contributions. We really appreciate that, as always. Alright, folks, well, to be honest, in terms of what tonight's show topics are, I don't really have anything really set in terms of absolute topics, but I do want to just kind of cover a whole gamut of things, and really, I find that this show, actually, I tend to have my best shows, oddly enough, when I'm annoyed as fuck about things, and this week is no exception. I am really annoyed just at the state of the world, and it's always been insane, but things are crazy, and minus hanging out with you lovely folks, the world is just, it's crazy, it's batshit and insane out there. And speaking of the crazy people I love, hello to Alea Rapshaw, Whiskey Runner 1, Laura B. Dannon doing the drive-by, and Fella in a Meadow. Welcome, you make my Saturday nights better, and because you guys are all here, I am not going to stab myself out of annoyance. But yeah, I'm annoyed because I am with Mr. Whiskey 100% that COVID is a horrendously boring topic. At this point, I'm not even really afraid of COVID anymore. I'm just, more than anything, I'm fucking annoyed that it's a topic that we have to cover in the news these days, because we shouldn't have to cover it anymore. It should be a non-topic as far as I'm concerned, and yet it's not. And I found a column from the New York Post, which pretty much sums up my feelings on this whole COVID thing, and I think it sums up, pretty much the feelings of all of the regulars in this audience, but yeah, I always get some, detractors who are always saying, "Oh, well, Sam, you need to pay attention more to the COVID stuff because it's different with the Delta variant or whatever, whatever variant we're on now." And by the way, we knew that the variants were coming, folks. We knew that it was coming, but anyway, this is the article from the New York Post, and if I didn't know any better, I would have sworn that Mr. Whiskey, our own Mr. Whiskey Runner One, actually wrote this uh, column because literally all that it's missing from the headlines, a couple of yees and a couple of yas and that and that's right in the article. But I'm sure we could add some in there. But anyway, so from the New York Post, which is my favorite news source as of these days. So here is the editorial headline from the New York Post. Ignore the hysteria. It's time to move past COVID at America. And this is written by the Post editorial board. I don't know specifically who wrote this because it doesn't say in the article. So for those nerds who are wanting to know who specifically wrote it, I'm sorry, but I don't have that info. You know, I'll have the link in the show notes as always. But feel free to look at this yourself. So the article starts off this way. Team Biden sure threw the nation into a state of confusion last week with its scary flip-flopping COVID rhetoric. But Americans should rest assured America's pandemic is over, slain by Operation Warp Speed. Yes, COVID will still take lives, but it's simply not a major threat to people with immunity, whether natural or from the vaccine. Despite the new alarms from the CDC about the Delta variant's dangers and the media hype amplifying them, the bottom line remains: only a tiny fraction of those who are vaxxed have been infected and hospitalized, the Post reported last week. An even smaller fraction have died. Fact is, as a society, we have to move on and not be paralyzed by the vax resistant or those demanding zero risk. The good news, most of us are moving back to normalcy already. Don't stop now, America. The latest Team Biden and CDC guidance is a hopeless mishmash based on fear, politics, and butt covering, not solid science. Well, who's to say that it ever was based on, science, to begin with? And that's just me speaking, but, how much bullshit have we been fed over this? The data behind new guidance about the Delta variant, as Dr. Joel Zinberg noted in Saturday's Post, are preliminary, based on small, possibly unrepresentative samples. One study involved the AstraZeneca vaccine that isn't even used in America. Let's face it, the CDC and its public health peers have been disaster shows all pandemic long. Recall the test insisted was the only acceptable one until it turned out not to work. But the falling has reached The failing has reached the level that the rational thing to do is not to take its hopeless advice as gospel. Be sensible. Don't let the scaremongering stop you living your life. The risk of death or hospitalization for anyone who has gotten jabbed remains very, very low. Kids under 12 are also extremely safe. And yes, even a single shot of the two-step Moderna and Pfizer jabs does a world of good. Well, that I'm not completely sold on. So then the article goes on to say, so just get vaxxed. Don't make a scene over the stupid mask on plane, trains, and taxi rules. You know, as far as getting vaxxed, look, I'm still not going to get the vax, folks. And, you know, if you want to get the vax, do, but there are still risks. And I will say this, I'm not getting the vax right now. The only time I'll get the vax is when it finally, gets approved by the FDA. And even then, I will only consider it then at that point. So, yeah. And it goes on to say, if the jabs had any significant side effects, the media would be blurring about them. Basically, say staying and try to spread the sanity. Humans are social animals. The holdouts will catch up eventually. The coronavirus may be here to stay, but the menace is gone. From 1918 through 1920, the Spanish flu infected roughly a third of the world population, killing tens of millions. The distant descendants of that virus still kill tens of thousands of people globally each year, but life goes on. That's the inevitable future of COVID because evolution favors strains that are more contagious but far less deadly, since killing your host is a losing strategy. In the decade after the Spanish flu, the nation saw an explosion of social, economic, and cultural exuberance. Something like that is our own future too. Once our elites get past their hysteria. Now it's time to move on and let the good times roll. Yeah, so for the most part, this is a pretty solid article. Again, it's an opinion piece from the Washington Post. There are a few things in here that I do take disagreement with. I don't think everyone should just get the jab and move on if you don't want to. It's still up to you to get the the jab if you want to. And I still think that should be everyone's, right to choose whether or not they do it. But the overall, point of this article, folks, is that the hysteria of COVID is over. The only ones perpetuating this are the Biden administration, the Democrat Party, and the mainstream media. And do you know why they're perpetuating it? I know this audience knows because you guys are intelligent and you guys are up on this thing, but for those who are still, doubting me, for those who think I'm still crazy, at this point, the entire COVID thing is political. It's about political control. It's entirely political. We have Nancy Pelosi basically stating outright. In fact, let me try and see if I can find this article. I had it on my phone. here, but long story short, she is asking for people to be arrested, basically, for not wearing masks. It's insane. Let me see if I can pull this up. But yeah, this is where we're at now. The insanity of this. All let's see. Okay, so this is something that's going on here now. I just as I suspected, folks. Now if this will transfer over to my computer, and what do you know? What do you know? What do you know? It should. So let me copy and paste this into Chrome real quick. And then I'll read the chat and get caught up with you guys here as well. But yeah. So this is just how crazy things have gotten, folks. If you didn't think that COVID was being politicized before, it definitely is now. But anyway, a headline from The Independent. And this is that Brit newspaper over there from across the pond. So this is this is The Independent, which I think tends to be pretty slanted to the left, but even so, even the Brits are picking up on this. So headline from The Independent: Capitol Police told to arrest visitors not wearing masks as Republicans warn rebellion over rules. Madam Speaker, come and get me, says Representative Nancy Mace. So, let's see. Scrolling down here. A growing number of Republican lawmakers is playing chicken with the Capitol Police after refusing a new mask mandate, despite the threat of arrest. Capitol Police Chief Thomas Manger told officers to report any members of Congress who refused to wear a mask, warning that they would be subject to arrest for unlawful entry under DC Code something or other. So wait, if Republican lawmakers try and enter the Capitol building without wearing masks, wouldn't that technically count as an insurrection? With what the Democrats are now trying to push? I certainly believe it would, under these rules. So, something to consider here. But let's continue on. All right. Well, officers were directed to request to report members to the sergeant at arms before an immediate arrest. They weren't told to get any staff or visitors the same leeway. House Republican Representatives Thomas Massey and Nancy Mace dared Nancy Pelosi and the police to come at them. Warren Boebert reportedly dropped an offered mask to the floor or slid across the table per her office, and Marjorie Taylor Greene called on every Republican to ignore the bullshit after the mandate was reintroduced on Wednesday. This is insane, Mr. Messi tweeted, might as well come into my office and arrest my entire staff. We are not wearing masks. I support the Capitol Hill police, but the chief of police made a mistake here. The physician and the chief of police don't have this authority. Miss Mace, meanwhile, posted a video online along with a bat, a pile of poo, and a clown emoji to taunt the House Speaker and Capitol Police to have at it, while telling her staff to work from home and avoid arrest. I had COVID. I've had 2 vaccinations. I'm washing my hands. I'm even wearing my mask inside the chamber. But I'm not going to wear anywhere else. So, Madam Speaker, come and get me, Ms. Mace said. And so here is the tweet for those of you who, watching. And let me see if I can play this video here for you. So here is Nancy Mace's video. I think this was from Thursday. Oh, wait, no. This was from Wednesday. Excuse me. So let me play this real quick. You guys should be able to see that.
Socially distant from anybody else. In the tunnels this morning, socially distant from anybody else. I had COVID. I've had 2 vaccinations. I'm washing my hands. I'm even wearing my mask inside the chamber, but I'm not going to wear it anywhere else. So, Madam Speaker, come and get me. In the tunnels this morning.
And by the way, I would rate Nancy 8. I would rate Nancy Mace like a 7.5 and an 8 on the hotness scale. I mean, she's not bad looking at all. She's got that Stepford Wives look about her. So just pointing that out there as well. Of course, Nancy Pelosi has had way too much Botox for her own good, but, this Nancy is the Nancy I like, for sure. So, let me check the comments real quick, too, while we're kind of at an impasse, and see what the live chat is saying about all this. So, and let's see who else has joined us. Let's see. Let's see. Well, I am reading the chats now. Jacob is saying I wasn't reading the chat. Hail Brew. Hail Laura. Larry says, I am double vaxxed, got sick both times, and still have the double mask at work in the nursing homes. I have to wear a mask to protect myself from the required paper masks because I am allergic to them. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing I've heard, Larry, is that some people are allergic to the paper masks. Larry also asked the pertinent question, do hijab wearers have to wear a mask? That is a good question, Larry. I don't know. They they shouldn't, right? As long as it's covering your face, that should be good enough under the current guidelines. But of course, who the hell knows anymore? Things are just getting so crazy. Let's see. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. And so Tilde for the audience. So Larry Rapshaw, regular in our chat, has to wear 2 masks, and he's asthmatic, so it just makes it harder for him to breathe. Too, in short. So yeah, this is BS. So Bruce says, I've never worn a mask, not vaxxed, and I changed absolutely nothing about my cleaning habits. I haven't been sick in over a year, and everyone wearing masks has gotten sick. Yeah, I mean, Brew, I basically, like I've said before, I wore masks in the beginning when this thing was new, and I still wear a mask, like if I'm at like the hospital or something, and I have to do physical therapy or something. But other than that, I don't wear a mask anywhere else. I'm not vaccinated either. Also, happy early birthday to Larry. He's turning 67 tomorrow, so happy birthday, Larry. I would love to play a happy birthday song for you on stream, but they are all, a lot of the ones that I would want to play are copyrighted, so that's not going to happen. But happy birthday, you Gamma. Must be nice. Must be nice to be turning 67. So yeah, this is all getting crazy. Yeah, just like Mary was saying, and it's only going to get crazier. All right, so like we just covered, Stepford wife, Congress. What would be the congressional term for a MILF? It would be CILF, CILF, Cliff. Is that how that would go? Yeah, Cliff. That would be the acronym, right? Yeah, because that is definitely Nancy Mace in this case. Although I think if I remember, she's married to some Texas oil tycoon or something. But anyway, back to the article from the Independent though. Miss Taylor Greene, who along with Mr. Messi is suing Miss Pelosi over $500 fines for not wearing a mask, said the office of the attending physician has no authority to fine members or deny their vote if not wearing masks. So again, this whole COVID thing is political, as it has been from the beginning, folks. I'm not saying that the virus was fake or anything. Don't misunderstand that. That's always what the critics like to say is, oh, well, anyone who's denying the severity of the virus, they're just saying it's fake. No, I've never said it's fake. Almost no one worth their salt has ever said that the virus is fake. But what we have all said from the beginning, and what outlets like the Independent only seem to be picking up on now is the fact that this thing is, severely politically weaponized. And I mean, it's to the point now where, uh, you know, I mean, Nancy Pelosi is threatening to fine people basically for not wearing the mask openly now. That's a thing. And you know what? I would call on every Republican in Congress to not wear the mask. Right? I mean, Pelosi and the Dems are already, saying that all of the Trump supporters are basically, traitors and insurrectionists, right? So just imagine what would happen if, every congressperson and hell, even a few of the Democrats, if they had any spine, would do the same. I dare all the Republican congressmen to just not wear a mask. See what happens. Are there enough Capitol Police to arrest all of them? This whole thing is political theater, folks. It's bullshit, honestly. And yeah, this is what happens when you let Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi get in charge. So let's see. Okay, so they're talking about the GOP blowback comes after Mr. Monahan, and I believe he is the Capitol physician or something, briefing to GOP lawmakers late Wednesday was followed up with the Capitol Police Bulletin Thursday morning, which was posted online by member Kate Kemek as today's edition of Pelosi's Abuse of Power. So let me read that tweet for you, for those of you on audio. In today's edition of Pelosi's Abuse of Power, Capitol Police have been directed to arrest staff and visitors to comply with her mask mandate for vaccinated individuals. For members, they advise not arresting but reporting members to SAA for their failure to comply. One of two. I cannot comply with this tyrannic order, Ms. Kamak told Fox News. This is the people's house, not Nancy Pelosi's house. A spokesperson for Ms. Pelosi said she does not control the U.S. Capitol Police. We were unaware of the memo until it was reported to the press, he said. I'm sure she was unaware. Real sure. House Minority Kevin McCarthy said Capitol Police arresting people on the House side of Congress, but not the Senate side where there's no mask mandate, is quote-unquote not the America we know. Steve Scalise claimed that the order claimed directly from Pelosi, despite the denial from his office. To be clear, Pelosi is directing police to arrest vaccinated people who aren't wearing masks. This isn't about science, it's about power and control, he tweeted. Miss Boebert, who has been one of the most vocal opponents against the mask mandate, led the GOP pushback on Democrats ignoring their own mask mandate, even as Capitol Police made arrest threats. Want to start with the House attending physician Nancy? She tweeted along with a photo of Dr. Monahan. As you can see, All right, so this just goes on. So you guys get the point. This this whole thing, like I said, is political theater. And I'm glad the Republicans are finally waking up to this and actually uh getting some stones regarding this whole thing. It would have been nice if they would have had just as many stones when it came to calling out the January 6th, you know, calling the whole Democrat accusation of insurrection BS, because it wasn't an insurrection. It was a riot gone wrong. None of those January 6 rioters brought like a gun or anything that could actually overthrow the government. And how Joe Biden even admitted that when he said that you would need like a tank and a tactical nuke to overthrow the U.S. government. But see, this is where we're at now, folks. Politically, Biden has people scared that it's going to be a that the Delta variant is going to be so much worse than the regular variant, and that we're probably going to need yet another vaccine because this one isn't good enough. And so here's my question, ladies and gentlemen, and this is legit. Because I know that there are those who are Democrats out there who are who are still who do tune into this program and who do watch me, and they're saying, well, Sam, you need to take the vaccine, and everyone needs to take the vaccine for, we need to do it for the good of society, right? That's something that you hear a lot of. Don't be selfish, take the vaccine, it's for the greater good. Well, folks, my question here is, at what point, ladies and gentlemen, at what point do we keep sacrificing freedom for the greater good? And really, is the greater good more important than freedom? In other words, is life worth living if the government can basically mandate everything in your life? Do we have any free will anymore? I would say we do right now, but that's going out the window. Because if the government, and it's not just the government too, but it's also big corporations who are saying, you want to come to work, you gotta wear a mask. What about going to concerts? I know we have lots of, people who like music in this audience. What if you want to go to a concert? Gotta get vaccinated. What about if you want to, go on vacation and travel with your family? Right? I'd love to go back to Denver and see my dad, and see my family back out in Colorado. But I'm not getting the vaccine, so I guess I'll be marooned here in Florida, which isn't that bad. I guess if I've got to be marooned in one state forever, I guess I'm in the best possible state to be marooned in so far. But here's my overall point, ladies and gentlemen, with this whole thing. we cannot continue to be afraid of living our lives. Just like the New York Post article says, it's time to move on. We spent an entire year with people stuck in their homes. Not everyone. There were people who thankfully still were able to, get out and do stuff. But there were a lot of people who were stuck at home, forced to work from home. They were, they were told that it was going to be the end of the world, and just hang tight. We'll get this thing figured out in 2 weeks. Well, then 2 weeks became 1 month. 1 month became 3 months, and so on and so forth. We, President Trump, for all of, say what you will, but he did push the vaccine out first. And, Operation Warp Speed was a success in that regard. And, the only reason why Joe Biden was able to win the election, and John Arcade actually had a few videos about this on his channel, so shout out to Johnny. I mean, the Democrats have pretty much admitted now that they used COVID as an excuse to steal the election. And so what else are they going to do? What else are they going to use COVID for? They'll probably try and use COVID to steal the midterm elections in 2022. I bet you. Hell, they're already cutting commercials of the January 6th riots, trying to, put Trump supporters in the worst possible light. They're basically trying to say that we're all insurrectionists, right? If you supported Trump at any time between 2016 and now, you're an insurrectionist, you want to overthrow the country, you're a bad person, and you need to be punished. Well, folks, I'm here to tell you that that's bullshit. And I'm glad that people are starting to wake up to what a crock of shit this, whole COVID thing is, in terms of how it's being politicized. Because that's the god-awful truth. It is being politicized. I hope in the midterms that people see what Pelosi is doing. And I know it's California. I know it's California, and I know there's no way in hell that she's going to get kicked out. But still, we can all dream, right? I hope Gavin Newsom actually does get recalled. I hope they kick him out of California. Believe me, I know good people in California. Not everyone in California is a crazy left-wing nut bag. It's just the people running that state who are nuts. So I'm hoping this whole COVID thing backfires with them, folks. I really do. As far as what my advice to you guys is, my advice to you is, you guys are already, pretty good at not buying into the fear, and so my advice to you is, just keep living your life like normal. Live inside out. Love your family, love your friends. Stay close to them. Don't let the hysteria get you down. Keep giving Biden and the Democrats and the establishment GOP keep giving them the finger just by being you and being awesome and living your life and, to the fullest. Don't let the authoritarians get you down. And, there's not much else I can say on that, really. But, it is what it is. By the way, folks, I do have a question for you guys that I want to ask. I'm posting this in the live chat for you guys, but I do want to talk about something here a little bit. We're coming up on 1 hour of the program here, but I do want to ask. Have any of you actually watched the Olympics at all? I haven't, but I'm curious to see what the audience has to say. So this is the poll question. Have any of you guys watched the Olympics? I haven't. I don't know, folks. I haven't watched the Olympics since 2012, and it's not really because I dislike. It's not because I, like the Olympics or dislike the Olympics. I just haven't really been interested at all this year. I mean, part of it is I don't have cable, but I just, so, and I haven't really found like any internet live streams that don't require like, some sort of like pay-per-view thing, but I'm just not into it this year personally. And I don't really understand what Republicans, what some conservatives and other people online. Apparently, there's this whole controversy with like Simone Biles not like performing in the Olympics, and I'm just kind of like, okay. I don't see what the big deal is, but whatever, I guess. So. Johnny writes, hey Sam, did you see Baked Alaska has challenged Mersh to a fight in Tampa? Yes, actually, I did. Let me pull that up, Johnny. That is actually something that I did want to cover. So, thank you. I guess let me go to Reddit real quick and let me see. Yeah, as Storm Branches goes, the Olympics are just corporate greed, not national pride. Yeah, I mean, that's. I mean, I don't know. I know I'm a young guy, but it does feel, in a sense that when I was a kid, the Olympics still were about national pride, but over really the past few years, it all seems to corporatized like everything else. The really the only Olympics I really remember the last time were were the Olympic Games in London, and that was I was I think I was either my junior or senior year of high school when that happened, and I watched those just because I've always liked England and I thought that was a cool venue, but other than that, yeah, I haven't watched the Olympics in forever. So, and you just know that the Olympics are going to be getting woke here soon too. So, all right, let me pull up Reddit here because I did see something on Oh, I guess I need to log in. Alright, let me see here. By the way, there actually is a subreddit for the Whitfield report. I believe it's r dash Whitfield report, or r/Whitfield report. It's in the link. It's in the show note links if you guys want to post on it. But since no one in this audience is really ever on Reddit, I don't really post much there. I just know that I started it, so feel free to post on there, I guess. Alright. Alright, so yeah.
Really? From Revenge of the Sith? What?
So let me get this video here. Woo. All right. Let me see here. Okay, here we are. And of course it's not going to show up. Okay. We got that sorted, I think. So yeah, so as Johnny Arcade points out, I guess Baked Alaska is back in Tampa, and he has now decided to confront Mersh for talking shit. So I did see this afternoon, Johnny, and I found it pretty funny. So okay, Mersh gets punked by Baked Alaska.
Really? From Revenge of the Sith?
What the? What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
What are you doing? Who it is, Mersh?
This is Tampa.
Wow. But look who you're talking to. Yeah. Damn, you're fat as fuck. Holy shit.
I mean, let's be fair. You're
Yeah.
not on camera.
No, I'm great.
You ain't showing LA.
Oh yeah, why don't you fight me, bitch? Talk some more shit. Yeah.
I mean, are you trying to do that right now?
Yeah. Oh, he runs like a coward. Oh, like a coward. Fucking coward. Fat fuck. Mersh like a coward. He won't fight me. Dude, I couldn't believe he's so fucking fat. This guy's been talking shit to me on the internet for like the past 5 years. Holy shit. I just challenged him to a fight. Pussy ass bitch. Pussy ass bitch. He said something.
If he challenged to a fight,
Yeah.
you knew who he was. Why did you even
Huh?
say it? Why didn't
What?
you just clean this clock and then say motherfucker?
Because I'm on probation. So you can't do things like that.
The internet is a fun place, isn't it? Isn't it, folks? Yeah, all these people are, and believe me, I'm not perfect either, but yeah, these people are real characters, aren't they? You know, I'm not saying that Mersh is a saint or anything, but he could have, he could have gotten into a fight with Baked Alaska, and he didn't. So, I mean, I guess good on him for walking away, not going down to Baked Alaska's level, but you know deep down the fact that Baked Alaska called him fat, you know that deep down that's like that's really bothering him. Just like the other, fat guy who shall not be mentioned on the show. Yeah, that seems to be the other thing is the guys who love the fathead also seem to become fatheads themselves. But yeah, oh boy, good grief. So yeah, I'm not really sure what happened with that other than what we just saw. Was there any more to that? Let's see. No, Johnny, it is funny how fat he's gotten. He's not even wearing the blazer. He's not even wearing the blazer anymore. The Miami Vice blazer anymore. Which, granted, it is August in Florida, so it's not really blazer weather right now. So let's see. Plant Man. You said Johnny is the has video of it. Alright, let's see here. Angie's. Okay, let's see here. Angie's random edits. Oh, okay, so there's more to this then, I guess. Okay, let's see what this is.
Baked, it's Pod Awful.
500 views.
Let's get that fight going. Hell yeah! Is that really you? Let's fucking go, dude. If that's you, I want Pod Awful to be the announcer. Maybe like Pod Awful and Ralph or some shit. I don't know if you guys get along, but it'd be great to have both of you.
I respect that, Moose. Yo, thank you.
It'd be crazy. It is. Email me, podawful@gmail.com. Okay, hey, what Serge? I think Serge. Can someone just DM me his email and we'll make it happen? Let's go! Shout out to Pod Awful, by the way. Fucking dope ass dudes. They had me on their podcast back with Brittany Venti back in like 2017. So Mersh would never box Baked. Why not? He said he was gonna fight me.
Hey, Chet.
I challenged him to a fight last night. He waddled his fucking penguin ass away. Dude, guys, here's the thing. Like, I knew that people were. I knew that Mersh was fat. I didn't know he was that fat.
Really? From Revenge of the Sith.
What the?
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
What are you doing?
Who it is, Merch?
This is Tampa.
Wow.
Look who you're talking to.
Yeah. Damn, you're fat as fuck. Holy shit!
I mean, let's be fair. You're
Yeah.
on camera.
No, I'm great.
You ain't showing that light.
Oh yeah, why don't you fight me, bitch? Talk some more shit. Yeah,
I mean, are you trying to do that right now?
yeah.
I feel like you're trying to do that right now.
Oh, he runs like a coward. Oh, like a coward. Fucking coward, fat fuck. Mersh like a coward. He won't fight me. Dude, I couldn't believe he's so fucking fat. This guy's been talking shit to me on the internet for like the past 5 years. Holy shit. I just challenged him to a fight. Pussy ass bitch! Pussy ass bitch! He said something.
If he challenged you to a fight,
Yeah.
you knew who he was. Why did you even
Huh?
say it? Why didn't
What?
you just clean his clock and then say motherfucker?
Because I'm on probation, so you can't do things like that. It was fucking crazy. Like, this dude is the fattest motherfucker I've ever seen. Like his fat is just like protruding out of his body. Like his body type is not supposed to be fat, but this motherfucker eats so much. It's crazy. And like I was, yeah, he's like pregnant fat. Like I was just shocked. I was like, holy shit, because like on the show you just see his fucking face. So I was like, oh, like maybe he's a little chubby or something like. But like I saw him in person, and it was fucking rough. And the crazy thing is, this dude spends years talking shit about me. He spends years talking shit about me, and yet I call him out. He couldn't even say anything to my face. He wouldn't fight me. He wouldn't, stand up. So I gave a formal fight.
I mean, to be fair, it is Baked Alaska, and it's not like Baked Alaska has earned. It's not like Baked Alaska has earned all the shit talking that he's gotten from Mersh or other people. So, I mean, hell, Baked Alaska used to actually follow me on Instagram back in the day, back when he was Milo's manager or whatever. I was actually gonna have Milo on the Whitfield Report way back when, like in late 2016, and then his whole turn from Milo happened, where he joined the Wignats. So, and yeah. Oh boy, yeah, Baked is an STD. He just won't go away, no matter how, no matter what you do, he just keeps showing back up. He's like a bad ex that way.
Invitation to Mersh. I'm giving him 60 days. 60 days, October 1st. Let's do the fight. It'll be a boxing match. We'll stream it and all that. Tampa, Florida. Let's make it happen. So, you guys got to press him. Because I'm down. I'm going to be there. If he shows or not, October 1st. So,
And Mersh,
press him about it.
I challenge your boyfriend, Mersh. I challenge your boyfriend to boxing.
60-day notice. You definitely won that exchange. Yeah, I know. I had boxing gloves in the car. I was ready to fight him right there on the street. But he wanted to waddle away like a fucking bitch. So let's organize it now. You made his friends laugh at him for being fat. I know, exactly. Like my Carl, the streamer. Carl's friends with Mersh, and like he even messaged me. He's like, "Damn, Mersh is fucking fat." And he's like, "And you're a January 6th defendant." He's like, "He's got to leave you alone, man. Like you're an American hero." So even his friend Carl's calling him fucking fat ass.
Yeah, so, yeah, and I don't know for those of you who wondering, I'm 35 minutes away from Tampa myself. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to the event or whatnot if this happens. I know that like a while ago people were like saying I should grab beers with Mersh and Royce if I were ever in Orlando or something. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, Bruce City's gonna be in Florida in a few weeks, so we're planning on meeting up maybe. So it's not like I haven't met my internet friends before, but I prefer to keep my meetups with my internet friends in my circle, so to speak. But yeah, that was funny. So if the fight happens, I guess I may or may not have to get tickets. We will see. And I'll probably, if that does happen, I'll probably mobile stream it on Odyssey or something. But anyway, well, folks, I think that just about does it for the show. Considering I didn't really have any show notes and whatnot, I think that went pretty swell. Unless anyone has any last minute topics or anything to bring up, we can review the results of the poll for tonight, which let me see what that is. If no one has voted in the poll yet, now is a good time to do so for the live chatters. Alright. So 100% of the votes said no. They're not watching the Olympics. So yeah, so those were the results. So yeah. Looks like I'm not the one that just doesn't care about the Olympics. So that's the way the cookie crumbles with that, I guess. But anyway, right, folks, I want to thank you guys for tuning into the show. Really appreciate everyone who came in and dropped by. So, yeah, a little bit of everything. We got a little bit of COVID, a little bit of politics. We got a little bit of Mersh waddling down Tampa. I was trying to see if I could recognize any of the restaurants in that video, but I couldn't. But yeah, that was funny. So thanks for that, Johnny. That was great, if I do say so myself. All right, folks. Well, that just about does it for the show. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. From all of us here at NGC Studios, have a good night. God bless. God save this great nation. God, freedom, and legacy in that order. And I will see you on the next episode of the Whitfield Report podcast. Until then, good night and God bless.
Thanks for listening to The Whitfield Report on the NGC Network. Please visit Sam's website at www.thesamwhitfield.com and support Sam on Patreon at patreon.com/Whitfield Report. Until next time, God bless, God save this great nation, and God, freedom, legacy, in that order.